Alright everyone, here's a quick video on how to do a closed captioning overlay for in-person captioning or virtual captioning happening with the Roland VR50. First, you'll need to set your Roland VR50 up with your inputs. If you're having issues there, please see the other video on Roland VR50 Quick Start. But for today, we have our closed captioning laptop on input 1, and then our program sources are PTZ camera on input 3, and for today we have our cable tuner on input 4. This could just as easily be our PowerPoint slides from the podium or from front of house. So now what we want to do is we want to decide that our camera is set to program, and we want this input 1 captioning laptop to be overlaid on the bottom so that our guests could read the closed captioning. To accomplish this, you go to Composition Setup here, and then from here you need to decide if you're going to use picture-in-picture or picture-in-picture key. You can use either. I typically just default to picture-in-picture, and then I'm going to turn the picture-in-picture key off on the preview so I don't get confused and I can no longer see it in our preview window. So now I'm editing our picture-in-picture, and I'm going to tell the source to be our captioning laptop. So today that is on input number 1, so HDMI 1. And now you can see behind the menu that our captioning laptop is now in that picture-in-picture window. We're going to exit out of that menu, and now still on picture-in-picture, we're going to go to detail. So this is now where we're going to crop that image to have it in the bottom third for our captioning. So first, our size is 25%, which is fine to start, and then we're going to edit the position horizontally in V for vertically. So horizontally, we're going to roll that over, and you can see that when I get to 0, that's pretty well center stage or center screen. And then vertically, we're going to roll that down to where it's on the bottom of the screen. From here, now we want to crop the image to make it fit the size we need. So we'll go cropping, manual, and then we're going to do our horizontal size, and we're going to roll this number up. You can see that my box is now growing wider than my laptop source. And don't mind my hand, but we're going to roll this all the way open until that image fills the whole horizontal space of the screen. Give me just a second, get there. This is real time, so note the finger move on the wheel can help speed things up. So you want to widen that until you can just barely see your white cropped edges of your text box there. So from here, now we've got a pretty decent sized box, and we need to size our image to be within it. Before we get there, my captioning box is now a little bit larger than what I feel like is necessary. So I might go down to the vertical size, and I'm going to shrink it just a little bit, and then I'll change the position again and put it back towards the bottom of the screen. Now we want to go over to view, and we're going to zoom in on our laptop source where the captioning is, and zoom in until that source is as wide as the box for the captioning. And now that I have it just about there, now we're going to go to the vertical position. So within that window, now I want to vertically find the position in the bottom where my captioning is. If you look close, you can see that my captioning window doesn't quite fill my vertical position I have here. So I'm going to put it into the center here, and then come back to vertical size. Now I'm going to make it a little bit smaller even, to where I'm only getting that black box from the captioning. And if you weren't quite centered, you can come back to your vertical position and change that. So if I go too high, you can see my start menu or the image above the black box. So we want to put that as close to center as possible, and then change our size. And then once we have it sized to where we're just seeing the captioning square, now we can come back here. You can see here at the bottom edge, I'm starting to see the chairs or the bottom of my camera. So I'm going to change that vertical position again to be at the bottom. At this point, you should be all set. You can exit out of that menu, exit from here, and one more exit to close the menus. So now on preview, you can see that I have camera and my closed captioning. On program, I only have my camera. So to add captioning in to your live program feed, you're going to use the picture-in-picture or picture-in-picture key. Remember, you could use either, and I'm going to turn on my picture-in-picture. When that happened, you saw that the captioning popped up here in this window. I recommend that you go ahead and send it to your projector and check the size of the captioning square and see how it looks on the projector. And at that point, you may need to go back into your menu. So you can use the composite setup menu button here, or into menu here and composition setup, and then go back to your detail, and you can continue to edit from here. Good luck and have a great show.